Hello and welcome to our brand new show, Kings of the Premier League. The show where we get behind the stats and decide whether to go with our heads or our hearts in picking our team of the month. I'm very pleased it's not my decision. I'm joined by Arsenal invincible Sol Campbell and #United founder Spencer Owen. We're going to delve into Sky Sports power rankings as well as your fan votes for the Budweiser Kings of the Match to aid our debate. Of course, we want to hear your opinions too. You can tweet us at Sky Sports PL using the hashtag KOTPL. Guys, thank you very much for joining us on our first show. Sol, we know that you had a very successful career as a player, but you also got into management last season, managed to keep Macclesfield up on the last day of the season. Any plans to get back into management?
Yeah, for sure. I had a great experience at Macclesfield. I thought, being in there, rolling my sleeves up and getting dirty, so to speak, keeping the guys Macclesfield up, it was a tremendous kind of feat for us. So, yeah. That experience is gone. Now I'm looking to get back into it, just waiting for the right club to come calling, or I go calling as well. Sometimes you've got to do a bit of both. So, yeah, I'm ready.
OK, watch this space. Spencer, of course, we know you as the founder of #United, was a Sunday League team. You played at Wembley since as well with the Wembley Cup, and now, recently, you're an official... Well, you're on the pyramid, aren't you? A non-league team. How has that transition changed since you're an official non-league team?
It's been a challenge, but it's been really good. We had our first debut season last year in Step 6, which is the 10th division, essentially, of England, and we won that, which was amazing.
Not a bad start.
Great start, and we've got to try and keep it going now. So we've gone up a level into the 9th tier, Step 5, and currently 3rd in the league. So going OK. We'd love to do it again, but it's not going to be easy. OK, right, let's get stuck into it. Here are the top-ranked players in the Premier League according to the Sky Sports Power Rankings. Go to skysports.com to read and explain it. But basically, we look at 35 different metrics per player, which are weighted according to their position. It sounds complicated, and it is, to be fair, but we've done the hard yards, so you don't have to. All you really need to know are the final figures. So here are the top 10 players. Now, importantly, this is the season total so far, and leading the way, Manchester City's Sergio Aguero with 17,886 points. Fellow City teammate Kevin De Bruyne just behind. Dominated by 4 players, of course, Aubameyang, Mane, Abraham, Firmino, Timu Pukki, who started strong as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold is in there. Salah and Raheem Sterling make up the top 10. So, they are the top 10. We're going to get stuck in, start with the keepers. First up, we can look at the keepers that are top of the pile for the last 3 weeks. So this is just the month of September. The top performing goalkeepers. How we've done it, we've got power rankings on the left. So these are the Sky Sports power ranking based on those 35 metrics. And we've got the percentage of fan votes on the right with the Kings of the Match. And you'll be delighted to see, Spencer, as a West Ham fan, Lucas Fabianski, who I know that you're a big fan of, leads the way in both. And rightly so, to be honest with you. And I'm saying that as unbiasedly as I can.
OK.
He hasn't conceded a goal. You know, if you're a goalkeeper and you haven't conceded a goal in 3 games, you can't do more than that.
3 clean sheets.
Fantastic, including one against Manchester United, which was a victory. So I thought I'd slip that in there. Delighted for him. And it's up to Sol and ourselves here, of course. But if you're top of both charts, you've got a good chance of getting the team, surely. OK, so the other player that was up there was Hugo Lloris. So we've got a little comparison between Hugo Lloris and Fabianski. Now, it's worth pointing out as well that Hugo Lloris has played a game less because he didn't play against Leicester due to his wife giving birth. Congratulations to him. So this is the head-to-head per 90. Goals conceded, Lloris 1, Fabianski 0. The save comparison, 6 for Lloris compared to 3.7 to Fabianski. Clean sheets, Fabianski 1, Lloris 0.5 per 90. Passes completed, Lloris edges it, but as Spencer quite rightly pointed out, 3 clean sheets from 3 games played, including against Man United. So if you had to pick one keeper, you can go with someone else, of course. Who do you think leads your way?
No, same. I think he's done really well from Bexley. He's been incredible. At Arsenal, he's had a really good career as well, and going to Swansea and then going to West Ham, I think Fabianski has done incredibly well. He's got the fans behind him as well. I think they appreciate him, and he's playing really, really good football. And as I said, last 3 games, his clean sheets, you can't get better than that for a goalkeeper and for confidence for the rest of the team as well.
And of all the players West Ham signed, and there's quite a few signings the last few seasons, of course, he seems to be one that the fans are really happy about. Every West Ham fan we speak to loves Lucas Fabianski, don't they?
They do, and it's not just the fans, it's the players. I've worked for a number of the players over the last few seasons, and that's the signing they always talk about. There's been other bigger names that have come in. Last year there's Felipe Anderson, this year Sebastian Haller, but the one that they really like, and not they don't like the other guys, but the one that they're really impressed by every year is Fabianski.
OK, so we both agreed our first player. There we go, first player. That was easy, wasn't it? Agreed on the first one.
Easy peasy. Right, it gets harder
First
now.
player in the team is Lucas Fabianski. Congratulations to Lucas. He's the first player, and I thought that was the case. Dominated both proceedings, the stats and what the fans think. So we'll move on to centre-back. So we're obviously going to start with you, of course. Let's have a look at the players that dominate the centre-back side of things. And once again, we'll look at the power rankings, Sky Sports power rankings, and what the fans think based on the percentage of votes. It's quite interesting, this one, Sol, because it's quite split. Tomori leads the way with Sky Sports power rankings, 6,766. Vestergaard's up there. Unsurprisingly, the likes of Matip and Van Dijk. But then the fans look at that Fabian Schär, Nathan Ake, Tyrone Mings. So more of a difficult one, this. As a former centre-back yourself, who have you been most impressed with this month?
I think Van Dijk, just how, he's approached the new season, and, you've got to kind of, come out, just missed out, OK, won the Champions League, just missed out in the league. I think coming out strong where they are now, big statement. You need your centre-halves really rocking and rolling and together to give you that good basis, that good foundation to kick on and allow the other guys further up the field to do their business.
OK, we can look at a bit of a comparison, actually, because as good as Van Dijk's been, interestingly, according to power rankings, Joel Matip, his partner, of course, has actually edged him in terms of the stats. But what is very interesting from this is a touch map. So this looks at all of the touches of both players, Virgil van Dijk on the left, Matip on the right, looks at all of their touches for the last 3 weekends. And the thing that jumps out here, Sol, is they're almost identical. And bearing in mind, Virgil plays on the left of the two and Matip the right of the partnership. They've got a great relationship, haven't they?
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, relationship, and it's great balance as well. There's not a lot of crossing over. When you get players crossing over, there's a lot of confusion. So there's organisation there, there's communication there, and there's kind of coolness under pressure, which you need. When you're up against some of the bigger teams, that coolness in defence to allow the other players, and that reverberates that kind of coolness and that understanding about the game. If you're kind of tense, you're all over the place, it's like wildfire. It just goes through the whole team. The team just gets nervous for whatever reason, especially sometimes when your last 10 minutes you're under pressure and the centre-halves are playing well or the backline's playing well. That's when you need them to step up, win a couple of headers, take it out, play nice and easy, and then relieve the pressure. That's what it's all about.
The first centre-back, we've got to pick two, bearing in mind. Is Van Dijk one for you?
Yes.
OK,
yes.
Van Dijk's one for you. Spencer, the other names we have, what other players do you think stand out?
It's hard to ignore Liverpool players when you've won every single game in this 3 weeks we're talking about, right? And the league in general so far. But you've got to look at other factors. They've got some guys on the rankings there that have scored big goals. Obviously, Tomori's got a decent lead in terms of points. He played
great goal against Wolves as well.
Great goal. Played every game for Chelsea in these three fixtures we're talking about. Also, Vestergaard for Southampton scored a big equaliser for them as well against Manchester United.
Yep.
So you've got to think about these things, but Sol's the man that knows about centre-backs here. He knows about partnerships. Interestingly, on the Van Dijk-Matip comparison there, I noticed that as much as they are very similar, Van Dijk has to cover a little bit into the right side of the box. He has a few touches on Matip's area. Matip doesn't need to go into Van Dijk's area.
There, I like that.
So is that me thinking Van Dijk's got to help Matip a little bit, even though Matip's got more points?
I think for me, it's all about sometimes when I used to play, you have to cover sometimes, and if you're the bigger player, the bigger character, and you can, you've got that presence, sometimes you've got to do that little bit of extra kind of running to make sure to snuff out that problem or snuff out that kind of potential problem that could cause a goal or goal chance or whatever. So I agree. Sometimes you've got to do that. You can't just be in lines.
Yeah, I've got to push you for a name. You've gone Van Dijk, the other centre-back. This is a tough one. Who'd you go with?
I think if you're going to throw another name in there, you look at Bournemouth's results. They've been good, and Nathan Ake has been ever-present for Bournemouth and in the Premier League for a long time. Scoring goals as well. Ultimately judging defenders for me on clean sheets and winning games, but I'd quite like to see a Dutch partnership in there.
OK, you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that, yeah.
OK, brilliant. Agreement as well. So this is the team so far. Fabianski in sticks, and then it is an all-Dutch partnership with Van Dijk and Nathan Ake, which brings us nicely onto the full-back position. So, again, we can have a look at the players that are dominating for the full-back. So, once again, we've got power rankings and fan votes. One player, I think this may be an easier decision. I don't want to influence your decision, of course, but Trent Alexander-Arnold, top of both, so 7,852 points in the power rankings and top of the fan vote as well. And we can look at the radar as well as to see why Trent Alexander-Arnold has been so impressive this month for Liverpool, because it does make for some very, very good reading for Liverpool fans. Now, if you don't know how a radar works, basically the further outside it is, the better they have performed. That is as good as it can get with regards to goals scored, shots on target, crosses completed. So that's a very, very good comparison radar based on any other fullback in the league. It's almost perfect. Is he a shoe-in for the right-back area, do you think?
Yeah, I think when you look at the stats, but also you look at the stats and you look at how he plays as well, and the character. You know, such a young lad in the game. So all those kind of three things fit for me. You know, he's got a fantastic future ahead. He's doing unbelievable, and he's scoring goals as well. So he's scoring goals, he's defending, he's doing everything. It's incredible, and he's enjoying it at the same time. And he's at a fantastic club as well. So. Yeah.
3 clean sheets, 3 wins for Liverpool and a goal in the big game against Chelsea. So would you agree with Sol? Trent's in there?
100%. The only right-back for me in the Prem that's given him competition right now would be Wan-Bissaka on performances. You could argue maybe Kyle Walker as well, but I think the radar shows it. He's an all-rounder. He's a full package. You could probably play him in a number of positions if you wanted to. Yeah. So, yeah, right-back.
OK, so that was fairly straightforward. Trent is in at right-back. Let's look at left-back, because not as easy, I don't think. There's a big battle going on at Merseyside right now. Luca Digne and Andy Robertson are for Everton and for Liverpool, respectively, of course. Now, this is their passing sonar. For those unfamiliar with the sonar, how it works is this looks at passes, the range of passes. So the white is successful, the red is unsuccessful passes. So what you can see here is that Andrew Robertson has more successful passes, but Luca Digne likes to play forward passes more often than Robertson, although not quite as successful. So 2 top players, Sol. Pick the bones out of that. Where do you stand with those 2?
It depends how you set your team up. You know, obviously Everton, he wants to kind of be more attacking. He has to do a little bit more. I think with Robertson at Liverpool, he's got so many good players in front of him. Maybe he doesn't have to do as much, and he can be a bit safer and be a bit more conservative. Yes, he's going to get forward and join in, but sometimes I think at Everton, you have to do a lot as individual players. I think you've got to do a bit more to get something out. I think at Liverpool, he can do less and get more. And I think that's the difference for me.
So picking a left-back, who'd you go for?
Yeah, I think, again, the Liverpool players stand out, particularly defensively. Even some of Dean's sideways passes weren't as successful as Robertson's. The only other player that was on both leaderboards there was Aaron Cresswell of West Ham, who I'd actually argue probably quite lucky to be on there. He's only played one of the 3 games. He just happened to score a great goal, and we got a clean sheet. For me, it's Robertson. OK, so Robertson is in. Sol, you agree with Robertson? Happy with that?
Big time, yeah.
OK, this is the team of the month so far. The defence is done. Fabianski in goal. 3 Liverpool players of Trent Alexander-Arnold, Virgil van Dijk and Robertson, and Nathan Ake of Bournemouth makes his way into the team. So that is our team of the month so far. Time now for a very quick break. Do not go anywhere, because afterwards we will turn our attention to the midfield and forwards. See you in a bit. Welcome back to Kings of the Premier League. Delighted to say, joining me on the show, Sol Campbell and Spencer Owen. Now, the guys picked their first bit of the team, should we say, the goalkeepers and defenders. That has been sorted out, so it is time to look ahead to the midfielders. So here are the top 4 midfielders. Don't forget, the power rankings are based on Sky Sports ratings. There are 35 metrics for every single player, and the Kings of the Match is based on percentage split of what the fans think. So Bernardo Silva leading the way on the power rankings with 10,668 points, dominated by Man City players, it has to be said, Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri there. Kings of the Match, you've got John Lundstrom, Sheffield United is amongst the names, top in fact, Kevin De Bruyne, Maddison, Daniel James. So a lot of players, guys, a lot of very attacking midfielders in there as well. You've got 3 players to pick. Who'd you go for first?
Well, for me, it's going to be Kevin, really, De Bruyne. You can't go past him, really. What a wonderful player. You know, how he connects, his assists, the passing ability, the timing of passing, the vision. It's just incredible. You know, you just kind of look, as a manager, you say, oh, well, just go and play, you know.
That's what you're saying, that's what you need to say. Yeah, it's been an amazing month for him.
You just go
play,
sit back and just do your stuff.
Do your thing. Kevin De Bruyne, 2 goals and 3 assists this month, created the most chances of any player, Premier League player this month with 15. He was in both sides, the fans and the stats. He's got to be in, hasn't he, Spence?
He's got to be in, and we had to recognise Man City's performances the last three weeks. Defensively, they've not got any players in there, and that's probably not a surprise because they've been a little bit troubled with injuries at the back, but they get away with that because of how well they keep the ball and how well they score goals. And De Bruyne is a huge part of that. Great to have him back playing regularly after an injury-blighted season last year. And potentially going to be the player of the year if he keeps it up.
Yeah, OK. So Kevin De Bruyne is one that you agree on. We can have a look at a bit of a comparison, actually. So this is the spider comparison. These are radars comparing Maddison and De Bruyne. Obviously, both recognised as midfielders. Of course, they both play in slightly different positions. But what this shows is that De Bruyne is the man for assists, for chances created and for goals, as we said. However, if you're looking for duels won, or you're looking for shots, then Maddison is the man. Another player that's performed very well this month, James Maddison, Spencer. We need 2 other players. So who else are you going for? It doesn't have to be James Maddison. There was other names there. But who are the other 2 that you think should make the team of the month?
Well, along with De Bruyne, Maddison was the other player that was on both leaderboards as well,
yes.
which I think you've got to take into consideration. His numbers don't quite compare to De Bruyne's, but I think he's in a team that's going to create less chances, albeit a very good Leicester team right now. He's got a fantastic goal, obviously, against Spurs.
The winner, of course.
Big result for them in that. And they've probably got the best chance of any team to reach into that top 6 or even top 4. I think Maddison's a big part of that. I expect him to see some England time soon. Obviously been in squads as well. So I think Maddison's got to be in there.
So, Maddison for you?
Yeah, it's just fantastic to see that type of player coming in and, forcing his way in. Sometimes it's really... No, it is quite difficult as a player, starting out, you want to get in there, you've got to muscle your way in, you've got to keep him performing, and that's what he's doing. And he'll get England time and obviously play well for Leicester. So, for sure, he's in.
OK, they're the 2. Yep. Final midfielder, Sol, who do you think?
Silva, really.
Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo Silva, is just the goals now. The goals, what he can do, assists, but the goals. That's
4 goals in the last 3 Premier League appearances. Of course, that hat-trick as well against Norwich. Spencer, you in agreement with those 3?
Yeah, top of the power rankings. It's an attacking middle 3.
I was going to say, it's very attacking this
but
team,
I think if you get them the ball, they're going to do damage.
Control.
Let's have a reminder then of our team so far. Very, very exciting team. There's very attacking team as well. Fabianski, Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, Ake and Robertson. And the midfield 3 is De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva and James Maddison, which leaves our final front 3 players to make up the team. So we can have, once again, a look at the players that are top of the pile. So these are the Sky Sports Power Rankings and the Kings of the Match. Sergio Aguero leading the way, 9,989 points. Aubameyang hot on his tails. Fans think Tammy Abraham has been great so far, and Aubameyang. I mean, there's some great names everywhere you look. So Son, Firmino, Vardy, Abraham, Wilson. You could pick any of those 3, any of those players.
Yeah, everyone's like scoring goals, and everyone's causing defenders problems. That's what is true.
You wouldn't want to play against any of them then?
In my time, yeah, I'll play against all of them.
All of them?
Yeah,
together?
No. 2, maybe 3, but it wasn't a problem when I was back in the days anyway. So, but for me, how I look at it, Tammy is the leading man in the front, just kind of leading the way. I think as a young player coming in, young English player, back in the days. Who in the summer he probably didn't know what was going to happen. Yeah. Now he's got that chance. He's taken the chance, and that's what you want. You want these young players taking the chance, and also given the opportunity to take the chance, but then go for it. Some players get the chance, don't take it. He's taken it.
Yeah. Well, let's look at a comparison of some of these strikers, so we can show you a heat map of some of the best performing Premier League strikers. So this is very interesting. So this is a heat map which looks at their movement and where they tend to occupy on the pitch. So what this shows, Spence. Aguero likes to sit on the edge of the box. We see him so many times picking the ball up on the edge of the box. Aubameyang likes to occupy that left-hand position, favours that position. But Tammy Abraham, out and out number 9. Look at that central position. Sol's gone with Tammy. We need to pick 2 others.
Yeah.
Who do you go for? And it's interesting, that, isn't it?
It is interesting. Obviously, Aguero and Aubameyang like to shoot from distance as well and get the ball out wide. And not so much recently, but Aubameyang also has to interact with the likes of Lacazette at Arsenal when he's fit, which means that he has to sometimes occupy a wider role. But there's a couple of options here. There's a couple of guys that are going to miss out on this front 3, which whoever they are is going to be harsh for them. Is there a world where we don't put any Liverpool players in this front 3? Seems like a crime when they're doing so well, winning every game, and we all know how good the front 3 is. But I'm not sure they're going to make it.
OK, so if Abraham's won...
Yeah, I'm looking at Aubameyang.
Aubameyang?
And he scored a lot of goals.
Yeah, for sure.
He was on both sides as well. So 4 goals in his last 3 Premier League appearances, Aubameyang. Yeah. So he's in.
And also, just to put a little case to you, Sol, I think great strike forces, you need some sort of acronym. Right, you had the MSN of Messi, Suarez, Neymar. You had the SAS of Suarez and Sturridge.
Yeah.
Is there a AAA, a AAA?
AAA?
Is there an Aubameyang, Abraham, Aguero?
Yeah.
Would you go with that? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
for
it's an
sure.
interesting
For sure.
reason, isn't it?
Interesting,
Not just for that.
Not just for that, but just the numbers they've produced as well. You know, over the last 3 games.
Yeah, numbers are
for sure.
impressive. Aguero, 4 goals and 2 assists in 3 Premier League appearances. Aubameyang, 4 goals in his last 3. Abraham, top Premier League scorer this month with 5 Premier League goals. So you're going with the 3 A's, are we?
Just to say, I feel for Firmino and Mane, particularly Firmino, because I know how important he is to Liverpool attack. But we've got creative midfielders that can do that job in this team.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need the striker, we need the goal scorers.
Since you said Tammy Abraham, the first name for you of all of them. First name for you of the strikers.
Because just how his, you know, his kind of history and what's happened, how he's got to Chelsea. You know, last he nearly moved to Wolves. You know, that didn't happen. Now he's come back down. By default, he's in and he's taken his chance. And he's done fabulous for Frank. You know,
Scored an array of goals as well.
He's
isn't
an
he?
array of goals, and he's getting picked ahead of the likes of not just Batshuayi but Giroud as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of faith from Frank Lampard. And what I like about it is he's a player that he's played in the Premier League with Swansea before Abraham, but he's also learned his craft in the lower league and Championship.
Yeah.
As has James Maddison with Norwich as well. So I love that. And in former years, we've seen people like Dele Alli do the same thing. So I think it's great. And Frank Lampard's done the same thing as well. So maybe that's why he's backing him.
OK, so that is your team, guys. Picked. Let's have a reminder of the team of the month. So just a reminder, this is the team for the last 3 weekends, the last month, September's month. It is here. Fabianski, Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk and Ake, an all-Dutch partnership at centre-back, of course. Robertson at left-back, and then a very attacking middle 3, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Maddison, and the front 3, the triple A's, Aguero, Abraham and Aubameyang. Which was the toughest decision, Sol, for you out of all of them, would you say?
I think looking at the centre halves as well. But, you know, Nathan got in there. I think Nathan got it. It was just, you know, we had a couple of options. But,
Centre-backs, yeah.
Centre-backs, yeah.
OK, so that is the team. Spencer, toughest one for you to pick, would you say?
Strikers, leaving out Firmino and Mane is tough.
Yeah.
And I know Liverpool fans won't be happy.
You caveated that. You've said that twice now.
I did.
Just
Cover yourself. Just cover yourself.
They've got great reason to, because they are smashing it in the league right now. But listen, you could probably argue to have the whole Liverpool 11 in there when they're winning every game. But we're looking for balance to the team, and I think that's important.
OK, and as well as that, you need to pick your king of the month. This is the standout player from that team. Sol, who'd you go for? If you had to pick one player.
For me, you know, as you know, I'm kind of banging on the drum about, you know, English players coming in, because I just feel how he started, how he's taken that mantle, how he's taken the pressure, and also taking a little bit of pressure off Frank as well, is Tammy, for sure.
Tammy Abraham. OK, so there he is. There is our king of the month. It is Tammy Abraham. Spencer, do you go along with that? Any other players you'd have chosen, or good choice from Sol?
I agree with Sol on that one. I really do think, for a multitude of reasons, the lack of experience he has at this level, the youth, the responsibility that's been put on his shoulders in a team that's no one knew where the goals were going to come from in the absence of Eden Hazard. And I think he's done fantastic well. Long may it continue. Is he going to break into the England team with Harry Kane there? It could be tough. But I think he's scored a lot of goals in the Premier League. OK, so there we go. That is our team and our player of the month. Sol, got to look ahead to Monday night. Big game in the Premier League, of course. Your former team, Arsenal, travelling to Old Trafford. Now, that fixture, we all know, when you played for Arsenal, you famously won the league at Old Trafford. I imagine that was a huge moment for you in your career. 2 teams that aren't fighting for the league now. We don't think they will be competing for the league title, but still a huge game in the Premier League. How do you see that going?
It's a massive game. Obviously, you know, Arsenal's playing OK, not amazing. You know, there's still lots of gaps in their play, and you know, we've got a situation with Man United. Yes, they're at home, but you know, spent a lot of money, and they need to kind of see that really coming together. So it's going to be, you know, a game that you've got a team that is playing OK, gaps, and a team that is under pressure to start performing, because they've spent. Yes, they will get time at Man United. Some of the players who have gone there. But it's a lot of money they've spent. So whether that's going to create a tense game or a game that there's a lot of mistakes, we don't know. But hopefully it's an entertaining game. That's the main thing.
Who do you think are best placed to finish higher? Because a lot of people are looking at Man United and Arsenal in similar positions this season.
You can't really. So, like, you know, splitting hairs. I think for me, I've got to get to Christmas, and then I've got, I'll have a better idea. It's just the season just started. Anything can happen, you know. You can't just say, right, you guys are going to go all the way, because come Christmas time, something happens, a couple of injuries. For me, I've got to wait until Christmas, and that's a good point for me. Wait till Christmas to see where you're at.
Spencer, just quickly, how do you see the game going Monday? Who's your favour?
As a West Ham fan, I'd love a draw, because I'm maybe being optimistic, but I'm thinking there's some places up for grabs right now. You know, Leicester are ahead of us, I believe, not just in the league table, but in their chances of nicking those spots. But I think it's going to be a close game, and I think it will be a draw. OK, yeah, it should be a fantastic game. Let's have a reminder of the live fixtures this weekend on Sky Sports. Here we go. So, some great action to bring you. First up, Saturday night football is Everton against Man City. That is 5 o'clock, Sky Sports Premier League. Then Leicester against Newcastle is 4 o'clock, Super Sunday, followed by that huge Monday night football. Arsenal travel to Old Trafford. Man United against Arsenal, 7 o'clock, Sky Sports Premier League. My thanks to Sol Campbell and Spencer Owen. We will join you at the same time next month. Bye-bye.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.